Just thought I would start off today by just doing working on some warm up stuff, and then I'll do some finish up some characters that I've been working on. So I'll do that, and then I'll do some pages from the comic. So just want to warm up with some just rough sketches. So hold on one sec. Okay, and then okay. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, I'm gonna just get my references open to Pinterest, so I can just do some quick sketches. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, we won't do that today. Some animal design would be fun to do too. Maybe you know what, I'll keep this open. Maybe I'll do some of that too, just for fun. Cause okay, let's go. And I'll just use some poses to do that's some pretty cool foreshortening. Yeah. Okay. Gonna just do some quick ones really at the beginning here while I'm warming up, and then I'll. Hello, thanks for dropping by. Just going to be doing some quick sketches to start off, and then I'm going to be working on some character designs I have here, like where is it? I can work on finishing up some drawings for her. I also have this one I want to finish to try and get further along with today. So I'm gonna be working on this one because it was a random character I made. I finished one of them, which was one sec, I'll show you. She's right. Well, she was right here. Yeah, I did this mage one that I find like a splits in the. Here it is. Sorry about that. I hope you're doing well. Been a nice Saturday here. It's just pretty quiet. Lots of rain. Yeah, I did this. I think they're called tenku. These bird people that are, and I made it this mage that, and I for fun I added in Ugatoa from Critical Role in the portal underneath its feet, like it's channeling this dark deity. But yeah, I'll just do some quick. I'm just doing some quick sketches right now, just to warm up my hand and to get this Cintiq to behave. Because sometimes if I don't do this, or I don't do prep work, it sometimes kind of stalls out on me for some reason. I don't know why. It like starts lagging, and I mean it's not directly related to not doing anything, but I'm sure it would probably help a little bit to just. Okay, another one. Here's. Oh yeah, this is one I wanted to draw anyway. There's this reference of a character who's perched on a chair, and he's got like. Because I was going to do some work on my PNG tuber, and I thought, hey, wouldn't this be pretty cool to just use as reference? So Because he's got these prosthetic wings on. They're like, no, Sean, they're real. Oops, made his feet wrong. His toes should be here. So right underneath that, actually. So it's trying to do that lagging thing a little bit, but it's okay. As long as it's not really bad, I don't care. Because I usually fix things anyway. When I'm roughing things out, I'm fine with it just being a little chaotic. So long as I can fix it, so long as it's not when I'm trying to do precision stuff, like, you know, later when I'm doing the comic, when I'm doing the final inks on a panel, I kind of want to not have my pen stutter, because that's quite annoying. But thanks. Appreciate you saying that. Let's see. Yeah, why is... Oh, it is down. And I know one more thing I can do that might help. I'll turn off the air conditioner. That might make it easier. Yeah, that might help a little, because it was... Plus, the mic is being weird lately, but I'm going to see if I can fix that again, because maybe this will help. Maybe. Okay. How's that sound? Any better? Is it, oh wait, I forgot to turn on the music too. But if the sound isn't working, I kind of nervous about putting on the music. I'll put it on anyway, just so you have something. But you know what it is, I bet? I think I know what it is. No, it's not that. One sec. I'm just gonna... Because sometimes I have to go into special settings or something. Oh, here we go. Whoops. Yep, that was it. I fixed it. It's in, I forgot it. There's a setting in Windows, and I don't know why it resets itself. But it's... For some reason, it's just like, goes down to a weird level. I think it's trying to be good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's a strange setting. I don't understand why they do that, because it doesn't help me. And it's like, guys, it's for volume control on a headphone. So why would you want to change that? But that's Windows for you. Yeah. Because I've had this happen a few times. I'm glad that you mentioned that, and I thought of that, because I think last time I tried to fix it and it kind of got better, but because I turned off the air conditioning and I could kind of hear it, but it wasn't nearly like it is now. Probably it's probably way better than it was. So. But yeah, normally on this channel, I do like random art sometimes. It's fun. I do challenges. I might do July 5. I thought about doing it today, but we'll see. There's some fun prompts for the first week. Maybe I'll do one, because there's like a good list. Ironically, I think this list is a little better than the what was it? The June tune was okay. I got some fun stuff during that, and I'll show you some of it. I did Sneaky, and I did Carmen Sandiego, and let's see. I started some other ones. I started one for Rocky, and as a joke, I put in King Boomy because that Sokka's guesses his name is Rocky. Oh, here's my Kai Jun one that I did that came out really good. I'm really happy with this. The seed prompt I did was I did a Leshy, and then they're like these forest spirits. So I made a giant one, and then I incorporated this thing called called a sandbox fruit, and it's from this tree, and it like drops and then explodes like a grenade and sends seeds flying in every direction. And I was surprised this is a real thing, but I thought, wouldn't it be cool if there was a giant version of that, and this creature could just like spread the forest that way? Like he's just like constantly maintaining it, kind of like a more efficient version of like in Princess Mononoke with the apes. It's like, oh, the thing just like is a he's not going to do them one by one. He's just going to launch it like a grenade in every direction. Because let's see what else. Oh yeah, fire was a fun one I did. I did the it's hard to tell because I've changed his outfit, but this is supposed to be a Wheeler from Captain Planet. I thought he's not a superhero, so I wanted to put him in like firefighter gear because then his ring wouldn't melt him. Because I always thought that was kind of funny, weird about his. Like I always thought that they should have stuff for their based around the ring. Like the one girl who uses water should have like an oxygen tank on, because that would. Well, what happens if she fills a room? It's like she just took herself out. But yeah, these were really fun. Because that like I was saying earlier, it was probably hard to hear, so I'll just say it again. Like these are random characters they're based on a random character generator on D&D website. Like you just basically like hit randomize, and it'll give you all these different stats and character descriptions, and it'll even give you a picture, but I always ignore the picture and just draw my own version of it. Because I mean, they have good artists, so it's not like it's bad art, but it's just like I don't want to cheat. Sometimes I do have to look up what the species is though, because I've played D&D, but my knowledge lately is more Critical Role based. So unless, what was this one? I forgot. Oh yeah, this is a character I'm working on for my comic. I got some different versions of her here. So I'm like doing like a few different poses. So like, let's see, I can quickly just do this. Do. Yeah. And she's got like this giant raven that she is her pet. So, oh, thank you. Yeah. And I was working on this guy earlier this week. He's the villain of the comic. Thought like he's like this elf that's obsessed with like genetics and everything, messing around with things. So he's messed with himself. And and I thought a big thing in this comic is that I thought would be kind of cool is what if like all the past creatures on Earth, not just recent but like prehistoric, could be spirited away, and what would happen if they stayed there, and then like since time is different, they're still there. So I thought it'd be kind of cool if like elves became interested in them, and like in some cases, like for instance he's incorporated them into himself, because he's like, dragons, whatever, we've had them forever, who cares, but Stegosaurus, that's awesome. Like that's new. And here's another character. I'm pretty proud of her. She's this Nyla Winters is her name. She's this half dragon character that's working with the mother that's they're trying to rescue, and she's like this assistant that can use water magic. So let's see, I'll go through all the other ones here. Like here's the father, Richard Steele song. I thought I'd show you the cooler of the poses from the character sheet because I worked on these recently and I'm pretty proud of them. But he can change the shape of his weapons, and like he can imbue them with a lot of energy based on like what they have and what they are. So like, yeah, he can basically he can summon any weapon that he's had. So like, he's a walking armory. But and then let's see, I can show you. I think I had that other one out, the main character, because she's well, here's one of the two of them together. It's June and Richard Steele song. Yeah, there's like both really fun to draw. Like her because guitars are surprisingly hard to draw, or maybe not surprisingly hard to draw, but they're still fun to draw. And I made a really unique look. I mean, a crazy shape for this because she's a bard, and I wanted to kind of incorporate like a lute kind of shape on the side, so that it's got like that. And then like you can see like here there are like runes that light up on it because why not? And like I thought it'd be fun to make them both. They have red hair, and then like let's see, I got Grace, who's where is she? I got her in here. Oh, here we go. I started to finally organize. I'm starting to organize my folders because there she is. She's this biologist, and she's really into doing she's trying to save all these creatures that are changing because of these dimensional rifts between our world and the fairy realm, where they keep where these fairies are slipping through, but they leave like a resonance that kind of messes with animals on our side and on their side. So she's kind of she's been researching ways to make sure they don't totally destroy our ecosystem, and other way around too, by giving them these shots to make sure that they don't reproduce really quick, and to track them too because they're new species. Like she finds this baby T-Rex and wants to protect it and get it back home. So yeah, that's pretty much the main cast. I just wanted to share all that because I'll be drawing that later today. So, but what I was saying earlier was there's this list on about with because I did all those lists, but there's a new one called July-Fi, which is like sci-fi and fantasy. So like there's different drawing challenges. Like the first week is the words are warp, sword, despicable, valor, god, tactical, and singularity. I think sword sounds like a fun one to do, and valor would be pretty cool to do too. Like I could come up with some pretty cool designs for for new fantasy characters with maybe some like sci-fi aspects to them. Because that's kind of this comic with the whole like two different realms and people are jumping between them. That's kind of a mix of sci-fi and fantasy, if you ask, in a way, because you got like because elves are pretty much like aliens because they're from a different dimension. So, and I even talked about someday in the future I would like to do a crossover with my friend's comic, and he does a sci-fi comic that's kind of like Buck Rogers, kind of like, or Titan AE, or any of those kind of things, like just like a space adventure kind of story. But yeah, I don't know why I did that. But yeah, the challenges are fun. I do a few a year. Like, the funny thing is that Mermaid got me back into drawing seriously on Instagram, because I was more of a like draw in my own time kind of person, like just try and improve, and I was expecting to like just build a portfolio on my own in silence without anyone seeing my work. Oh, this was for June too, and I did the prompt was crawl, so I did It's a lot, and I understand exactly what you mean when you say that. Because, like, on top of discipline, it's just every panel is requires good composition, and there are shortcuts around that. By like some panels, you could maybe do it a wider shot, and then like you don't have to show as many details, but you still have to care about the composition. You can't just do like talking heads because no one's gonna read that. Like especially nowadays with like webtoon where people have been exposed to just a wider variety of comics from around the world. So it's not like before the beginning of webcomics here where it was like, okay, you could have your early Penny Arcade, which was, I mean, they were just learning, so I can't criticize them. I mean, my early stuff was just looked like that too. Because I actually have some pages open here, but like it's still pretty rough. But there's like one I'm working on, and I'll probably get back to today. But let's see, I do have some that are closer to being finished. Right. Like here's one I did recently that I just need to clean up the line work, but I'm liking how this is going. This one came out pretty good. So like, yeah, I'll move it over so you can see it better. But like, yeah, it's really fun coming up. Like this, the third panel there was so much fun. I like was, because I just wanted to go from like this very vague idea on the first panel of like these representations of like what she thinks she's feeling around her, these different energies, and then like just show they're just regular they're regular Joes, or just regular people that are different fantasy races, like that are based on just like different things, folklore, and different personalities. Because some of them might be dangerous, like that in the fourth panel. That woman behind them looks like she's eyeing them kind of in a mean way, but. But yeah, it's really fun to work on this. And oh, here's one of the other characters I was gonna do a little work now on. This guy, because he's another one of those characters I made with the D&D thing, and I was just gonna try and finish cleaning him up a little bit. Let me get some reference for him though, because. Oh wow, it's funny how like whenever I'm trying to do like, whenever I randomly open Pinterest, sometimes it'll give me great images, and then other times it'll be like the most random stuff. And of course right now when I'm just trying to use a specific prompt, it's trying to trick me into looking at a bunch of other images. So like it does have this really, I'm just going to save a bunch of them really quick, because it also tries to trick me into buying figurines, because I made the mistake of clicking on one once. Like I'm like, oh cool, this anime character looks cool, and then it's like, oh, you're going to buy, we're going to put these in your history, and then like always show them every time you're here to remind you can't afford them. It's like, how do you like that? It's like, I don't. There we go. Now I'm just going to look up some pictures of tigers for the face, so I can get some good representation of what they. Okay, they usually have, their nose is usually pink actually, so I can actually fix that. But yeah, it's been really fun working on this kind of stuff, like just random challenges. I don't, at the moment, I mean, or at least, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to plan to change that sometime in the near future, but I don't have any planned openings for commissions, but I would like to do that, to change that soon, because I would like to start doing that. So I'll definitely keep everyone who comes to my streaming updated on that, and I'll definitely put announcements on the like I'm gonna add more to my my Twitch page, so it'll have it will have a UI, and it will have like rule, like a whole like description down there and everything that's a little bit more thorough. So, and I'll definitely when I am ready for the commissions, I'll put that up. And another thing I was thinking of is maybe I have a imprint account, and I was going to start to put some art up on there for some passive income, maybe. Like just try and sell some of that. Have you ever used any of those, like Etsy or Imprint or any of that kind of stuff? I'm just curious, because like I'm always curious to hear what everyone else's experience is with those things, because I generally hear like either people who have done it a long time or people who just started, so it's kind of be nice to hear more of the second, because that's where I am. Because everyone who's done it for a while is like, yeah, it's easy, but watch out for these things, and I'm just like, but I'm not there yet. It's like, that's not going to be a problem yet, so I appreciate the warning for the future, but it's like, we're not anywhere near that yet. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try and get into that. I need to just look up, I want to get some research and just make sure I'm doing it at a fair rate. So, and I'll definitely put up information about that once I figure it out, which shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's not super complicated, and I've done it on my own, like to people I know, or like people, like, because then I know I don't have, when you know them, it's like they can't really cheat you, because it's like if they try to, you're like, well, I know where you live. Or no, I'm kidding. But you can basically, you know that they're good for the money is essentially what I'm saying. They're not gonna try and cut you short. I think the biggest obstacle I've usually had with commissions, though, is and I'm sure you might have run into this too, is just explaining to people that it doesn't have to be one payment, and like it can be even 3 if they want. It's just like I always just want them to be, both of us to be on schedule, because the biggest thing that I always hear people say who aren't artists is, oh, I don't expect this in a timely manner, and I'm like, but I do. It's like, I want this off my list. I want to get this finished quick for you, because I want to move on to the next one. It's like, I can't afford to just do this one. It's like, unless you're really paying a lot of money. And they aren't. So, because they always mean well. At least in my case, they've always meant well. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. And I've had pretty good luck with that. Honestly, I've made. I had one person that I was working with that I was so disappointed, because I lost contact with them when they left my day job, because I was doing these like character designs for them of characters from slasher films, which was fun for me because I don't draw that stuff at all. So it was like, a new subject matter, and it was fun to explore and like play around with a new theme. So like I would play with the compositions and do some research and see how like different filmmakers in like the slasher genre, like how they handle shots, and it was It was really fun, especially now that, I mean, it's even better now because there's even more sites that are better at giving you a reference for that. Like there's a, I think I have one. Let's see. It's called like movie stills or something like that. Let's see. Well, there's, I think this is for anime, but let's see. Oh no, that's the art book one. Satay Dreams, or Satay. That one's for. Let's see, but then there's like, there is one. Anyway, it's pretty easy to. Oh, Film Grab, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's pretty cool that you can just find that kind of stuff, and I'm looking into that to help me with my comic, like speed up the composition part of things, because then I can focus more on the story, which is the hardest, probably the hardest part. Because art, people can forgive if it's not perfect, but story, there are less people are. I mean, even I, if I read a book and I'm like, this is kind of not great, I'll be like, I'm done. Like if I read an author's first book, I'm just like, oh boy. And then I read their later work, and I'm like, oh, okay, they got better. Like some fantasy authors, but it varies even then, because like I listened to Tales of Earthsea, and I really dug those. Like I want to get back into reading those, or at least listen to the audiobooks, because it's a pretty cool story actually. It's a shame that Goro Miyazaki couldn't, that he had maybe just bad advice on that one, because like he was trying what Disney did with what is that, Black Cauldron, where they take like one license and try and like summarize it, which doesn't work well. I mean, the first Percy Jackson did it too a little bit, I think, if I remember right. Like they included some stuff from like several films. So it's not like it's a thing that any one person's done. It's just a practice that has been happens in Hollywood from time to time, and happens overseas sometimes too. So, which is such a shame, because the art in that movie is, of course, gorgeous, because it's Studio Ghibli or Ghibli. It's like, it's great. Like they really control awesome settings, but when the story is not good or not as good, because it could have been better. Which isn't, it wasn't bad. It was just like, when you hear what the real stories are in those, you're just like, oh, darn. It could have been this. And it's like, oh, well. Yeah, I'm trying to show that he's like summoning all these plants out of the ground. So I'm trying to show like this fast speed of growth. And some of them have like barbs on them. And what's your window for when you're working? Like, do you usually do like 2 weeks, or do you have ones that last a month? I'm just curious, because I've had them over the place too. Like sometimes I will do longer ones, but most of mine have been pretty short, because they're pretty simple drawings. But yeah. I always thought these kind of characters were interesting because it's okay. Oh, cool. Okay. That's a good idea. That's kind of what I think I'm gonna. That's a good model. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed. Because one thing I've tried to do with my other channel, but just hasn't really worked quite yet, is and I would like to do with this too, is just use it as a way to tell stories of folklore and everything, and get a chance to draw different kind of fantasy creatures, and also learn about different like different creatures from different regions of the world. Because I've listened to some podcasts that are really interesting on that, and I always find that interesting. So I thought it would be kind of fun to try and do that kind of stuff too. Like maybe this week, I have this long weekend coming up. Maybe I'll try and start a longer just one of those longer videos on my YouTube that and maybe I'll start it on here or something where I like draw something from like Norse mythology and then like do a voiceover on it explaining what it is, like kind of like what are those well, there's the Dullahan, but that's Celtic, and that's a cool story thing that probably isn't very well known, even though the Headless Horseman's a pretty big tale. But what was I thinking of? It's not their name's not coming to me right now. But I was thinking of these Norse zombies that are like super strong. Their name has just escaped me for some reason. Sorry. But yeah, that kind of stuff I find interesting. And it's fun to share. And it's pretty cool, like seeing how those things kind of. Yeah, do rah rah rah. Right? Or we talk because that one's the the lady with the motorcycle helmet, and she yeah, I watched a little of that. I need to finish it though. It's good. It's just I am so disappointed that they lost their license to their other property, though, because Baccano was such a fun series. And it's such a shame they lost the rights to distribute that. Because it was... Immortals on a... Gangster Immortals on a train that's being held up by, like, mobsters and cultists and a psychopathic murderer, and it's a crazy story. And Durarara's equally as weird. It's crazy in the funnest way possible, where it's like you have this like super strong guy who likes to lob. It was really good, yeah. I think those the two the bank thief characters, those two are like two of my favorite characters from anime. Isaac and Miria. Yeah. Like they're just really funny. Like they stole a door. I just love that. The door to a mansion they stole one time, just to flex. Even the FBI is like, we don't understand them at all. it's like they need to be stopped, but they're not dangerous. They're just weird. Yeah, that's right. I need to read the light novel for that too, because does it. I wonder if it goes longer into them, and explains more about them, because like in the unfortunately, since the show was cut short, it was you only got to see like the opening where they realize that they're immortal. But because that's where they, because since it's Pulp Fiction out of order, it kind of like that's where they meet with everyone and become part of the gang. But yeah, that one needs a remake. That and okay, huh? I definitely want to look into that then, because like that would be fun to learn more about that. So yeah, I really like all those characters, especially like that one crazy guy. He's the mobster. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name right now. But the guy who wears white. He's. I love that like speech he gave when he was just like boxing the guy, and he's just like, "You're not like this guy. You're not like that. You wish you were this guy." And the guy's just getting pummeled. It's just like. Just really fun characters. Because I've listened to it in both. It's a little more fun, obviously, to listen to it in English. I've listened to it in Japanese just to make sure that they didn't change too much of the dialogue, though. But and I don't remember if they did really change too much, because I'm pretty sure it was pretty accurate back and forth. Because sometimes with certain things, older anime, they kind of like really changed the dub. Like, I think there are parts in Dragon Ball where they completely changed the sentence or something in places, or cut entire conversations out because there just wasn't time for them. But now it's better. Like I've been watching that Kaiju number 8 in English, and it's wait. No, I'm watching it. I'm not watching it. I'm watching it in both. I've been bouncing between them a little bit, and both are good. Kind of like how I think Cowboy Bebop. Both versions of that are great because it's a good story. So it doesn't matter which one you listen to. Both the Japanese voice actor for Spike and the English are both really good. Yeah, like I think once I found out it was comedy, or it had a lighter side to it. I mean, there definitely is darker moments, but once I found out it had a lighter kind of like mood to it at times, that's what pulled me in, because I'm like, I don't want another Attack on Titan. I want it to been different, and I'm so glad that it was. Because some people I hear are always like, "Oh, it's just Attack on Titan," and I'm like, "You didn't watch Attack on Titan, then?" It's like the first thing Attack on Titan did was step on my heart. This show made me giggle in the first like episode. So very different. Plus, the main character I just like a little more. I mean, Armin. I mean, all the characters in Attack on Titan you grow on you, but like, I mean, Levi's always going to be everyone's favorite, or at least most people's. And he doesn't come till later, so. But yeah. I also I got a chance because I was spending some time with. I went over and spent some time with my niece, and my sister has a Netflix, so I watched some of Delicious in Dungeon. So that was interesting. I'm up to they're just about the. I can't remember. They're a good ways down, and they're in this town, like Castle Town, I guess it's called. I don't want to spoil too much about what happens there, because I'm not. They only just got there for me, so I really can't say what happens there much. Let's see. Okay, it's almost been like 45. So I'm gonna save this, and now would be a good time to probably move into some panel work. So I'll just save this, and then I can do some work on that, because there's plenty to do. Like this page, it's got a lot left to it. This is an early on one. Let's see. I think the other big surprise about Kaiju number 8 that I liked was that in any other anime, that character, the young guy with the white hair, would have been like the Sasuke of it. He would have been like the wet blanket kind of character that's just like, I'm here for vengeance. I don't have any and my personality is kind of just drawn to just that. So you better deal with it kind of character. But that's the main character, and he's hilarious because he's the one that wants to become strong enough that he can defend his friend. So I thought that was a cool like change of pace. Not sure I like that they call him old guy though, because I'm older than him, and I'm like, oh no, what would they call me? But I'm used to that with anime anyway. If you're like over 30, you're just like, oh, that's just an old man. And it's like, if you okay, sure, say so, buddy. It is just nice seeing more variety in ages and characters too now. Just because, like, in the past it was just all like pretty much just kids usually. Which in some stories is good. Like in Fruit Basket, obviously that makes sense. But And some things you're just like, where are the adults? Like, it's like, who is letting these young kids make decisions on their own? Like Bleach. It's like, where is his dad when all this is going through most of it? Because I remember later in a later season, he reveals that he knows everything, and I'm just like, then what are you doing? Like, you're a bad dad. Like, you're letting him get hurt. I think there was some kind of reason, but I forget. It's been so long since I've watched that show. And I haven't had a chance to watch the new one yet. I think I'm afraid that it's going to be too shonen like, I mean, too much like the old one and not like newer shows now. Although I hear it's okay. I've heard nothing but positive things from most people I've asked. But some of them I don't trust. So have you seen that one yet? Because I'm just curious. Because honestly, I still need to finish up Fallout. I started watching that, but I never finished that. It was good though. I was surprised. I was really afraid they were gonna. It's always so. It makes me worried whenever I see a studio take on a video game, like even a streaming service. But it's good. It seems good so far from what I've seen. Like it's got a fun, like villain character or several, and a good story. So, and the main character is actually fun. Like she's flawed, which is what you want. Like I want to watch the character grow. Which has been the tricky thing for this comic, actually, is I'm trying to make sure that... Oh! Which anime? I was talking about Bleach. When I was saying, like, anime that, where the father should have been more, I think that's the part I was talking about. Where I was saying, like, they're, have the older people in it are not very helpful, is what I was kind of getting at. Or they just act surprisingly out of character for someone of their age. Like, that one captain, the older guy, I thought he was surprisingly naive for his age. Like, his actions are very impulsive, more like a young person's. Which maybe that's part of his character. Is he's kind of like he's very triggered, like he's easily like scared by the outside world, maybe. But it just seemed kind of like you don't know what these people are that are coming into your world. Why is your first thought that they're evil? It's like you don't know what they are. Sure they're intruders, but maybe they're not there by their own choice. Maybe you should help them first and just get them out peacefully. But I think that's the one I was talking about. Because the other thing I was saying was... What was the other one? I forget. Because after that, I was talking about video game TV shows, and just how like I'm always nervous because in the past that's been a field that like just doesn't get done great service. Like, I mean, the first Silent Hill was pretty good. It wasn't true to to its material at all, because why didn't Sean Penn go and look for the kid? That would have made more sense. Not Sean Penn, I mean Sean Bean. Because I mean he dies in everything anyway. You already have a role that he's meant for. Like in all of his movies, he's the one that gets taken out. Just make him go there, and he has the bad ending. Done. I think the only movie he's ever survived was The Martian. And he, yeah. And even that's kind of well, I mean, it's true. He doesn't die in that one. Spoilers, I guess. That a ground control guy doesn't die in a space movie. Boy, things would have to go pretty bad for that. But I was saying how Fallout's been really good so far. So, pretty happy with it. And I was not sure I would like it. Although once I saw there was a dog in it, I was like, this could be good. But I can't pet the dog. Maybe once in a while I could just I can watch the episode before, and then when I see it happen again, I can push the button to interact with the dog. So I pretend that I was the one to do it. Glad to see my pens are working okay today, because last time they were really jumpy. I like to play around with a few different ones sometimes, just to see what I... Usually my favorite's, Friendin does this one called, I think it's just their basic, like, fine tip. I think I have it in here. I did anyway. I think I... Oh, here they are. Friendin Inker. Yeah, these are pretty good. This one's a sideways one, so but there's like different ones with different tilts. Let's see, there's rough. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing I got around to finally doing was I tried to organize my brushes, because they were just all over the place, and it was even more chaotic working with them, because 1 minute I'd always lose my place on where I was when I was trying to draw my comic. Like, I'd go from like drawing hair with a paintbrush to trying to draw the nib, and I would always lose which brushes I wanted to be using. Of course, now that I'm near the edge, it's acting... Oh, there we go. Sometimes when you're near the edge of these panels, they act weird. But There we go. That's better. Do-do-do. Yeah, I thought I tried to add in like a... I get this line behind it, kind of trying to like recreate the shape, so it's kind of like showing the motion even more. I think I might add a... Let's see. Since the weapon's glowing... Is it? Actually, it's not glowing yet. I'll make it glowing. So it's going to have this edge. And then I can kind of like lessen the opacity on the other lines that are showing the motion. And then maybe just do like a... Oops. Yeah. But is there any current animes you're watching that have... I mean, other than Kaiju that you've enjoyed lately? Because I'm always looking for new ideas of shows to watch. Because Delicious in Dungeon was fun because that's Studio Trigger, and I love their art. And it's so funny seeing them do an anime like that. Because I'm so used to them doing things that are just like over the top fights. And I started watching that. Yeah. That is pretty good. I didn't know if I would like the main character, but I think the point is you don't have to like him. Like he's kind of, I mean, he's kind of, you understand that he's been conditioned to be this, what he is. And so he's just like an anti-hero kind of character where you're just like, you know, he's a jerk, but you're like, well, yeah, because he's a putty. he's one of Rita Repulsa's putties, and he's just kind of like, he's programmed to be a jerk. So of course he's going to be one. But ironically, he's nicer than the Rangers, which is scary. Oh, which, I don't think I've heard of that one. How's that one? Oops. Oh, okay, this is what I... Because Go-Go Loser Ranger makes me think of like Power Rangers meets The Boys. Is essentially what it kind of feels like. Oops. Man, these are all over the place. Yeah, which is funny because there was this one short, live action short that someone made like right before the newer of the Power Rangers movies came out that was much darker. Which was kind of interesting. So seeing this anime is kind of cool because it's kind of like seeing that again, but just really well animated. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to look and see what, because that sounds kind of familiar. I'm sure I've seen the trailer for it. I just can't think if I've seen any of it. But okay, yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah. Like, I also kind of like to unwind sometimes. There's this show called Laid Back Camp, and I sometimes just watch that to just like, I don't even really, I'll have it on in the background in dub and just like, there are episodes where just nothing happens. And with that show, I'm surprisingly okay with that. It's like, usually I'm like, this was a waste of time, but with that I'm like, whatever. I already know this is a slice of life, so of course nothing happened. It's like, this is just a day in the life of a bunch of kids. So, that like to go camping. So, yeah, right? I also found, I mean, I saw this a while ago, but I mean, like, Nishi show, I think it's what, Nichi Joe. Yeah. I can spell it, but saying it, I'm probably butchering it. But, that is one of the funniest anime I've seen, where it's just, and I found it because of a Drawfee challenge once, which is the funny thing. They drew a Gundam doing the move that she does to her friend, to a no, an Ava doing that move to a Gundam. I was just like, I have to see this anime, and then I kept seeing, and then I kept seeing like shorts of it on YouTube, and then I finally saw it on Crunchyroll, and I was like, this. I saw the episode where the principal suplexes the deer, and I'm like, okay, this show. How have I not seen this show? It's like, this is amazing. And there was another one. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on the name of it. It's about a skeleton that works at a manga store, and those are just shorts, and they're really funny, because he's just so. It's just like a commentary on what it's like for probably the guy who wrote the manga, or like what it's like working in one of those stores. I heard that was. I've heard good things about that. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Because I hear that's good. Yeah, where the guy's got like a bucket list and he's just like so happy that the world's ending. Kind of a funny. It's a funny idea for sure. Yeah. On the other side, if I want to watch something really dramatic, I don't recommend this if you're in a bad mood. But Death Parade has some really interesting stories in it. It's so sad though. I don't recommend watching that if you're already having a bad day. Because Heavenly Delusion. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. Heavenly Delusion. Okay. Okay, nice. Yeah, there's a couple I really want to check out that are I'm behind on a few, but and there's even some older ones I kind of want I might look into sometime. Although well, we'll see. I'm not a huge like mecha person, but I keep hearing how much people like the original, some of the older Gundam stuff, and then I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me. I might give it a try, but it's just I think that Gurren Lagann's the only time I've ever really liked mecha. Evangelion, I don't know if it's right to say anyone should say they like that. It's art for sure, but I think even the guy who wrote it was like, I don't know if it's good to admit you like this. Because it's an interesting story for sure, and good and cool characters. Yeah, I mean, a show that you've seen all of it, right? Witch of Mercury. Okay, I'll have to check that one out. Because I think I saw some artwork from Witch of Mercury and it looked really good. But I wasn't sure if it was, because, I mean, and there are ones that I've liked. Like, oh gosh, what was that one? There was one a long time ago on Cartoon Network that was really good. That was one of the ones that was like one of their first ones that was actually part of the canon. It was like Project 01 or something like that, or not 01. It was, I forget. But anyway, it was kind of like just like regular soldiers that were like the first ones on Earth. It was basically Earth dealing with the invasion from their side after you've seen all this like space stuff. Yeah, I've seen some of the artwork and it looks great. From the wit, yeah, from that one. So I definitely would like to check it out. Oops. Put this on a different layer. Not to flatten this later, but oops. Put that up more. But Gurren Lagann was like, I was surprised how much. I mean, not surprised. The minute I saw the art, I knew I was gonna love it. Like, just main character is so fun, and then like the twists and turns the story takes are really interesting. So yeah. So what do you think of this? What is it? The Joker isekai they're making. I don't know how. I don't know how I feel about that yet. It's the artwork looks good, but I'm not sure how the story is going to be. Wait, 10 minutes of which one? Is it out? Because I didn't know it was out already. Huh. Yeah, because if that's one you're. Oh, suicide. Okay, it's a Suicide Squad. I thought it was a. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like how you remember when I think a little while ago they tried to do a Batman where he's like in Japan, and but it's like there's mecha, and I'm just I'm just like, why? Because I mean, Gotham by Gaslight, I understand that's a comic, and that's actually a really cool comic because that was one of Mignola's first big projects, was working on that, which is why. Oh, okay. To be, I haven't seen it, so I mean, I just saw the art and was like, but but if it was good, that's good. Okay, cool. See, I need to. It's good I learned this because, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. And my problem isn't with Batman being a ninja in the past because, let's face it, he's been everything. He's even been he's fought Cthulhu. So there are no rules on what Batman can and can't do. I was just worried that the story itself wasn't good, but I'm glad to hear it was good. Because I had a friend who tried to get me on that, and I'm like, no, Batman does everything. He's been everywhere. He's fought Darkseid, which no human should walk away from. So yeah, he's anything could go with him. Low tech Batman. Yeah, because yeah, Gotham by Gaslight was that was low tech too, because it was like Jack the Ripper kind of story. Pretty cool. I'm gonna clean this up there. Through all that drawing, I'm like, just a line. That's fine. Come on. Oh yeah, here I'll show you what this actually looked like before he did all this stuff to it. This is the page before where he's. Isn't that great? I do that too sometimes when I'm watching someone. I'm just like, I'll draw along with him or something, and then like my brain just like it's so focused on what we're talking about, and I want to just type, so I forget. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying this. That's that's very reassuring. 'Cause I definitely want to make this fun for everyone. Yeah, it's like this giant golem made out of right? Yeah, I get in that situation too all the time where it's like I want to do something, but my brain's just kind of like, nah. and that's kind of where that's why I'll just go on. I'll use it as an excuse to just to talk to people on Twitch and like just catch up with different streamers. I'll have to check out that one anime though, because that sounds pretty cool. The Divinity, yeah. Also the Witch, yeah. The Gundam one and the other one both sound really good, so I'll have to check those two out. Because I'm always looking for new ones, but it's always tricky because you never know what's going to be good. Yeah. Have you seen Finding? What was it? Oh no, it wasn't that. It was One sec. I have to look this up actually. Was it that one about the orphanage where the kids are trying to escape? I was about to say Finding Neverland, but that's the name of that Johnny Depp movie. Promised Neverland. That's what it was called. Yes, thank you. Yeah, because I think the first season was, yeah, I was just gonna, you beat me to it. Season 1 was great and I loved it, and then season 2 I started to watch and I was like, this is so different. This is a different anime. Like demons with religion, and like the hunt felt different, like instantly, like, because I mean I knew the demons were going to be different than humans, so I know that the matron of the orphanage was going to be different than when they were being chased by the demons, but it just felt too different. Like, hello. Sure, yeah. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, just working on some panels for the comic. But yeah, this is just 2 panels after. Let's see, this is actually, there is one between these. Because let's see if I find it. 666 here. There actually is more between these two. Do. Thank you. Yeah, it's been really fun working on this and just trying to like set up the story, and I still need to work on the pacing a little, but yeah, getting to draw these characters, like this panel, the third panel here was really fun to draw, in the first one. Actually, all these were really good. Like, this is an example of just a page where, like, I mean, sure, I'll clean it up, but I'm really happy with how it came out overall. Like, I love this moment where he's just like catches this giant, like 10, what is that, like probably like a 12-foot tall golem, and he just catches its arm while it's trying to bash him with his arm, just like, nope. And you're just like, wait, this is like the first time you've seen how he's like strength, like, and realize just like, who is this guy? And then he catches it again when it tries to skewer him, and it's like, no. But I have this moment where like the daughter's just like, she's just pretty much like, this fight's gonna go on forever. So she's like, he can take this thing for sure, but our house won't be standing if they keep fighting inside of it. So I need to find a solution. And she runs off and tries to find an answer. So yeah. Whoops. Yeah, and the beast like was weakened to its like breaking point, and it decides to do like a Hail Mary attack, and this is like the page where like she's worried that something really horrible happened. I'm teasing it that way too. Spoilers. The story's about the both of them, so. I just like the shading in that one. That one came up pretty good. I mean, on the monster, still gotta finish his pants and all that stuff, but. And that was a page from later, so yeah. There's the page I was working on. Now I'll be right back. I just need to get some water. It's getting kind of hot in here without the air conditioner on, so. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one. If you like the artwork, and those anime might be even on that website I mentioned. That's here. I'll put it in chat actually. I'm pretty sure it won't mind if I do that. Let's see. Copy. Whoops. What? Oh, right. What? No, whatever. You know what? I'll go on as a guest, because whatever. I don't know why it's being a jerk right now. I'll be at the second viewer and pop in here. Because for some reason it's not letting me just put it in chat. So here. There you go. Now we gotta close that because I don't want to hear my voice. Oops. Oh, here. There we go. Sure, yeah. That's now you can check out some of, like, it's really cool. Like I found some like panty and stocking artwork on here and I mean that art style is really cool. There's a whole bunch of other one really cool. Like there's all of Studio Trigger stuff's on here, so I definitely recommend it. Let's see if I can find a good brush for this. Something. Maybe this? Maybe. It's kind of cool. That's a pretty good shorthand for what's happening. It's like spraying everywhere. Yeah, but exactly. But now you have, and now you can say you were looking for resources. Yeah. Yes, today was a resource hunt. Because I have days like that where I'm just like, I'm just gonna grab some stuff for a day where I feel more not inspired, because I never want to say that, because that means that like there's like a special day where you suddenly make art, but just days where I feel I have more energy in general to do it. And it's so helpful having stuff like that where you can just look at someone else's art style. And I think I also found Studio Trigger has a YouTube channel, so you can watch their process, like how they do the line work on the manga. Like they have some recordings of that, so that's pretty cool. I think maybe, well, there's that movie that Hayao Miyazaki made when he was doing what was it? No, not that. When he was working on one of his movies, he was I almost said Name of the Wind, but it's you know what it is. That's funny, I just typed in Ghibli, and the first thing I saw was Ghibli Cookbook. Because I own pretty much all of them except, oh, The Wind Rises. Yeah. See, it wouldn't have been anywhere near that. But yeah, that was... Watching the making of that was pretty cool. Where they explain like the structure of the company, and like you saw how they do their creative like meetings, and like how every morning he got his staff together and they did like morning workouts to get pumped up, and how he was kind of rough on some of them. Well, his critiques are actual critiques. Like he wants to be critical in the moment so that he gets a quality work from them later, which I understand. It's like he really wants the best of the stories he's telling. Like I think there was a story where during the making of Spirited Away, he made his entire staff leave the studio because they were a lot of them were manga artists, and they didn't know how to draw like creatures from nature. So he's like, I want you to draw this scene of this dragon falling like a snake. And they were like, what's that like? And he's like, we're going to go out to the woods and find out. I'm like, that's pretty cool. kind of feels like over here how we how like well, how Pixar was. I'm not sure how they are now, but how they were was back with storytelling in the past, where like they were so prolific that like other people started to like go to them for advice on like story structure. Like they were like some of their stuff was just so well written and not complicated. Like you don't. That's kind of what I'm trying to go with this comic, is just like it's just a simple story of a journey, and it's man versus nature mostly. I mean, I did show that I have a villain, but he's really just there to push how dangerous the nature is. How these two different realms are so dangerous if they're combined incorrectly, and like he's an example of what happens when how that can go really bad. Because otherwise you're just like, why don't they just let this happen? You know, I think there should be green actually, not. Oops. Trying to show like this huge explosion of energy and light. So. My Cintiq seems to want to wobble all of a sudden. Whoops. Well, this is good for blending, but I don't know if I want. Yeah, I don't want this. Watercolor. Let's try that. Do 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 do. Oops. Nope. Here we go. This one might be cool. Do, 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 do. I still need to see the boy and the heron though. I see that it's available to buy. Broken pen. Yeah, I'm curious about that myself. I might have to take a look into that. You might be onto something, but it's weird because, well, I guess that just proves all the more that it might be the case, because it's not all the time, but it's a problem, obviously, because it definitely affects my process. I kind of have to like compensate for it, and I'm just playing it into how I sketch, but that slows everything down even more. So it's, yeah. That's a good bit of advice. I'll have to look. I'll have to look into. Yeah, because the only other thing it might be is Avast might be just slowing things down in general, because it likes to do that. It's constantly doing too many things at once, And I try to keep telling it to stop, and then it... Let's see if I can close some of these right now. What? Silent mode. Like, there's so many apps opened right now. Yeah. Close that. Sometimes this helps. Let's see, what else? Yeah, well, let's see if that helped. Maybe it did. Because I'm also going to try and use my, this might speed things up a little. If it works. Will you work? Or will I have to plug you in again? I got one of those, the Huion key remote. I mean key dial remote, where it's nice. It's less expensive than the that newer one that came out. What's that? I forget what it's called. The one that's on every website for me, where it's got the like dials and buttons on it. It looks good, but it's also a hunt. It's like $80 at least. I think it's $90, and some places you might be able to get that one for $80, but the general price I think is $90. So, let's see. See, yeah, I think we're. Unfortunately, I think that's the case. Well, wait, no, that's not. That was the wrong window. I was testing in a different panel, and I'm like, it's not working at all now. I'm like, oh right, because it's not supposed to. But like, selecting the layers shouldn't be this hard. Because like I clicked on it and I had to hold kind of. So that feels like something's off there. Whoops. Yeah, I'll have to look into this. Darn, this might be kind of pricey getting a new one. I guess he'll get some on him. Yeah, that's true. I can try and find someone, or I have older ones, but they won't work with this, so that's... And they're definitely broken. Because my other concern is how... Although these aren't... Let's see how big this is. I do use big canvases, so it could be that too. Because, like, the image resolution on this one is 4,000 by 3,000. So, it might be that too. Like, at 350 resolution. So, maybe if I... Hard edges... Okay, high accuracy, yeah, that's what I want. Maybe if we lower this too. At least down to that. Okay. Might help a little. Possibly. It's hard to tell yet because I'm not doing any. Well, let's see. I'll get a pen out because that's the best way to see if it's. Well, see, now it's behaving better. So maybe it was just the. Maybe it was the resolution thing. Let's try it on that page that I was doing. Here we go. I'm gonna try and do a few more. Just figures. So here. See, this feels better. Like I think it was that. Maybe it was just that. I hope. Although. See, going that way, it's okay. Okay, never mind. I thought I caught it skipping again, but... Oop. Although that was me, I might have... It might be a pressure where sensitivity thing where if I push at a specific angle, it might... I think it might be losing some too. So maybe there is something with the pen as well. Where if I'm at the wrong angle, it doesn't register it. Which is clearly something I should think about getting a new one eventually. But maybe I can compensate for now by just trying to avoid that angle. Because it looks like overall it's working okay. See, like that feels like a good solid line there. I mean, like good solid action of what I was trying to do, so. So part of it might have just been like, let's see if it's on this one. Well, it didn't change on this one though, so let's see. Unless it did. Average. No, it's on the high accuracy, so yeah, I don't know. That's weird. It's so strange. It's like you saw it. It's there it was. So I don't know what it is. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Like it must be just something where it needs to warm up and then after that it's okay. So it's something. It's like not an immediate concern, but I probably should think about getting a new one, like you said, because it's clearly going to be an issue sometime in the near future. Because it's clearly doing it a little bit. Yeah, like. I think also, and this helps me a little bit sometimes too, is if I go into the pen pressure settings in Clip Studio, sometimes it's just that I'm pushing at a threshold that it doesn't recognize. Like, yeah. Maybe that might be part of it too. Because see, like that was... Yeah, I think that's just something I'm going to have to do every time I start it up. Because... Well, now it's too sensitive. I have to go back and... Yeah, that's better. Oh, almost. It was better, and then it got worse again. So yeah, you're right. I'll ask somebody, because it clearly is something. And it's slowing down the process for sure. So. But do. The more I think about it, I'm gonna fix this. It's bugging me. The gems are purple. They're not. I know that it's a. But then why would it be green on the inside? Maybe I'll make the stuff coming out of it purple too, because purple and green are complements, and that might be a little. Well, we'll see. We'll try it. It's a little strong, but maybe I can make it work. If I make it bright enough, maybe it won't be a problem. Yeah, I could see that definitely. Because like if you, I had that happening with this one. I think a little bit like she was. Some of the line work wasn't connecting on some of it. But see. Oh man, I have so many layers. Oh no. I'll flatten them, but right now I have like 44, I think, so far. That's too many. Whoops. Where's my favorite brush? Or one of them. Let's see. Where'd it go? Well, those could work too. But, you know what? I'll use this actually because it makes more sense. Kinda. It's kind of messy though. I gotta clean that up. Maybe if I make them smaller, they'll look more like... Just going for that Kirby effect. Oh, nice. That's great. I think the biggest mistake I made one time was back in the day. Was back in a graphic design class I was taking in college. I made a lot of people angry because I sent an illustration with like a photo included in it at like I think it was at least like 600 or 700 DPI, and the printer just died. Like it was like moving at like a snail's pace, and everyone's just like, "We have work due tomorrow. Why did you do this?" Well, I don't know. It's like, oops. these a little bigger. And then, like, let's see if I do this. Change these to being purple too. Change this whole panel to being more purple than before. Purple. No, it doesn't work because it's. I'll just have to fix the panel underneath it. But let's see, is this the panel? Yeah, I'll put one between these ones. That's. I can find that one I was using because I actually have the Kirby brush. I mean the what is it, the dots? Where did it go? It's in here somewhere, and this is why I thought these were organized, but they're not because they're everywhere. It's might be my favorites too. It was. I guess I took it out. That wasn't smart. $200 though. Wow. What's the highest resolution you've done? Because right now I'm looking into like what places, like print-on-demand places need for, or not print-on-demand, but like places like Displate and Etsy and all that, what they want the resolution to be when for selling art there. This one's pretty cool for a lightning bolt, even though it's supposed to be a vine. I think that pressure thing worked for the moment, so because these are much better lines than before. $8K. Okay. Well, now I don't feel so bad for doing the 300 by 400, 3,000 by 4,000. Because this is a fast computer, so it's, I mean, it's only a. I got it just last year. It's custom made, so it has a NVIDIA in it. The what is it? The 3050, I think. Yeah, so that's a good card. It's not, I know it's not the newest, but it's definitely strong enough for an Illustrator. So. Like if I was doing more 3D stuff, I'd be more worried, but the closest I'm getting to that is I might try and teach myself Live 2D, but I mean that's gonna take a while because I've listened to people who even are trying to teach it or like trying to they have tutorials online and they're like, it took me 6 months to make this model or this rig, and I'm like, okay, that's good to know. because I just want the model to actually like move and act and be in my style. And I've seen people who've done it, and it doesn't have to be spectacular, but I just want it to feel like it's mine. Especially for our first version, I'm not really worried too much about like it being perfection. It just has to be more articulate than the one I have now. And honestly, I'm also gonna upgrade my model to a PNG Tuber Plus model. So that's another thing I'm working on. Oops. What am I doing? There's an easier solution to this than what I'm doing. And I think I know what I can do. If I do... Wait, no. Yeah. Wait, is this just for this layer? Yeah, unfortunately. Although that proves my point. I just have to go like this and then go to the layer with the green and then change the green. Instead of trying to color over it, which would take forever, it's easier to do this. Actually, that's kind of cool. Changing it to like more of a blue instead of a blue around the purple instead of the green to add to the... Yeah. And then I'll just change the next layer to make him... I think if I actually find the layers where... Okay, it's mostly on this layer. Okay, well, thanks for dropping by, and it was really great talking to you. So cool. I appreciate that, though, that you're gonna always feel free to lurk as long as you want. And it was really fun talking about anime with you. And if you come back and I'm still on, I'm always happy to chat more about that. So, and I appreciate your help with the advice on the pen, because yeah, that is something I didn't think about. Let's see, tonal correction hue on this one. Not that. Not that. Come on. Maybe even just keep it dull, actually. That might be... Oops. Yeah, that's maybe almost there. Well, there we go. Yeah. Now I just gotta fix the other green. Okay, so it's... Where's my phone? Yeah. There you go. It fell in the trash. That's helpful. Sorry. There we go. Good thing I checked. That's what I get for trying to do some cleaning before a stream and not moving the trash can, trash bag before. And it fell right in. Jeez. Just have some water. Do 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 do. Okay. I'm glad I thought of. I mean, I'd say I thought of this, but I think I saw someone else do this, and I. No, that's the line work. Okay, that's that. That also needs to be changed. See, I do think he's right. I do think this person's right. Where's... Ah! Oh no! Why? You... Dang. Ooh. See, now it's trying to make you... Oops. I wonder why it's being so difficult right now. Because of this? No, it can't be that. Oh, because this... It can't be why. Why aren't... Oh, you know what would help? If I saved. I haven't saved in a while. And all it would take is one bad thing happening and then everything disappears. Come on, guys. Show me. Please? Please open any menus? Why are you... doing this to me? Actually, it's just not doing it at all for some reason. Because I'm using the mouse right now and it's not even opening them, so it's not the pen. Oh well. I'll figure it out. Boop doop doo doop doo. Change the opacity a little bit. And then just continue that light. Kind of like, oops. Oops. Hooray, hurrah, hooray. Oops. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, that looks better. I wonder if I can find that while I'm just working alone, trying to find the Kirby Crackle. Because I know it's in here. It's just a question which place did I put it? Probably here. Probably just went to the wrong texture brush area. Yep. Well, here's one of them. Nope. What the? Eeps. Why is it? Why are you doing that? Nope. Why is it being weird? I don't know why it's doing that either. That's kind of weird. Thickness. Huh, there's something that's throwing this off. I can't remember what it is. Whoa. So it is a spraying effect. Not messing with the opacity. It just must be something in the features that I'll have to figure out. I think it's two brushes. There's like a brush mixed with the Kirby Crackle. So I'll just have to find the Kirby Crackle brush. Because I don't want this. Nope, nope, nope. What's this? Oh, this is lightning. Whee, lightning. Kind of cool, but probably not what we need. What I need for this one anyway. Yeah, not for this. That'd be more for his mace than anything else. It's weird that I could have sworn I colored the mace. Maybe I'm... How annoying would that be if I'm coloring the wrong version of this picture? Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Fake Sharpie, what's that look like? That looks like nothing right now, because we're not using a pen that makes sense for that. Oh, well, this is the layer that... Whoops. Ba-do-ba-ba-doo. Oops. I'm a little bit off here. So I can just correct it here, actually, and probably fix it without even having to change it too much. Just kind of play with the perspective a little. There. Because I didn't want to draw that again. Well, that's in the wrong layer anyway, so why did I do that? Well, oops. What the? What is going on here? Oh, I know why, because this isn't... There. Okay. Well, before I get off this layer, though, I might as well fix this. There. Okay, what else do we got? All right, we should put that on that layer. Just gonna play with the texture of the pumpkin a little bit. Okay. Get some harder edges. Oops, not that hard. Not the color. Okay. That's too far. Don't want to be. Find a good brush for hair. Do do do. Okay. One sec. Nothing I'm gonna do on. Oh, there. Okay, well. Wait, what? Really? That's for the Pro. Those are just for the regular one, darn. Yeah, 70. Ew. Yeah, I don't know. I'll play with some stuff before I do that. Unless I can find one, well, if it's used, that's a problem because it'll be the same issue. Because the problem is the same. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, that one's down though. So maybe that's the... Yeah, I don't know. Because it's what I got, so... Do. I definitely need to find a faster way to do these. Do 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 do. So tired. He's encased these boulders in his at the ends of its roots to make them into like fists. If I can lower. So I want that, but I wanted a lower opacity. So let's see if we can find. Oh, here we go. This brush at a lower opacity. Maybe. Kinda. Well, it's really low, so maybe if I raise it up a little bit. Nope. But maybe if I do this. And then go to this one, because this is a spread. Then. Yeah. It's not really helping much though. Might as well just use a better blur brush. This one. Kind of. But not that one. Nylon brushes. Huh, neat. But that's weird. Okay, well, I made a round circle, so that's a good sign. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There we go. Do 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 do. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum. This makes for a nice thick brush for the edge of the leaves. So, what is that? I don't know. I want to get rid of it. I don't like it. Can just fix it 'cause it bugs me. Do do do. Do 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 do. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Why? Maybe it's open somewhere? Is there a separate window somewhere? No. Sorry. I'm just trying to find out. Like, it sounds like it feels like I'm trying to open something and it's already open. So I don't know what's going on. But okay. Oh yeah, this is just so people know, this is what my new model I'm working on. I'm trying to play around with the color of the wings. This isn't a final version, and also just trying to fix the legs because they were so that I can do one that's higher up maybe, or I can change the size and have it smaller sometimes. But kind of like the horns dark, so I might add that back in. But I might change how I add it in. So. Oh yeah, that's a later page. I would do some. Just for fun to take a break for a second. I'll work on this. I do want to work on a different pose for her. So let's do that. Huh, that's cool. Yeah, this is a good one. Try this pose. Okay. Something's definitely eating RAM right now, and I'm not sure what it is. 'Cause it shouldn't be any of this stuff. Maybe this? Discord shouldn't be that bad. I'll close it anyway, just to be sure. Is this? I'm sorry, I'm just using this. Maybe. Okay. Well, that feels better. Maybe it was just I changed the properties of the Cintiq itself, so that kind of helped a little bit. Let's see if it changes. Still getting a little bit of that, but it's not bad. It's just different. Yeah, I don't know. See, that's what I worry about, is that. Although that it worked better there. So. Do 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 do. Oops. Yeah, this brush isn't great, and quiet, you. I don't need to go to bed yet. It's Saturday. You know what? Nah, this pose isn't working. Let's get rid of it. Wish I hadn't put it on this layer. I should have made its own layer for once. Let's find something different. Get a different one. Hello. Thanks for dropping by. Working on my comic actually right now. I've been playing around with some of these pages and trying to fix them, clean them up. So I got like a couple of them done. And playing around with a couple of them though. Coming along nice. See what else I got. Oops, that's nothing. Literally nothing. Of course it's Oh yeah, this is when this is a another random D&D character I've been working on. That like just a random generated one that I wanted to make a character, make into a full character design from that random generator. So you know, see, hopefully it comes out good. I mean, I'm just like playing around with different things to do to the plants around him. Like, I think it'd be kind of cool if they, like, he's making like a briar patch of like this giant thorn bush. So that one's. And this is the other one I'm working on. She's got a little more ways to go, but I like the energy of this one. It's got like, it's based a lot on Bruce Timm kind of art style. Is really influent, like I was thinking of when I was doing this one. So I just gotta. I changed her hair. I'm not sure if I want to change it back or just. Because she had very, you can kind of see it in the background still. It was much more of like a braid, like a giant braid, and I kind of still like that. So I don't know. I was just playing with something different, and I might change it back. So let's see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I might actually just maybe even just like keep the purple, but like for this one, just add another layer that's more like based on what that was, where it's kind of more like still has that energy that I liked from the other one. Do do do. So where's the other part of that? Do 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 do. Oh, there it is. Oh, nope, that's not where it is. Gotta love when I forget the layer. This is why it's good to label layers. That's that. Must be below it. Oops. I don't know. I'll find it later. I just wanted to show. I kind of like that better anyway. Like, the purple actually looks kind of cool. So I might just stick with that. And then just like give her a. Oops. Nope. Quick color in. Go over the line work again anyway, so I don't mind. Whoops, I'm on the line work, so I do mind. Yeah, someone just pointed out to me my pen might be broken, so I'm a little worried about that, because that would be bad. Don't want to have to buy a new one. But we'll see. Maybe I can work around it and find a way to still be able to use it. Because, like, it just feels like some of these pens are just not. I'm not sure if it's like a RAM issue or something, but like sometimes it feels like these pens are just not acting the way they should. That, of course, is working fine now, but for some reason sometimes it skips on a random occasion, and it's always the occasion I don't want it to. So I'm not sure So now it's probably a good time to call it. I mean, sure, Toshi. Thanks again for dropping by. It was so nice having someone to talk to, and it always makes these streams so much just more rewarding overall when I have someone here to work off of, like, and have someone to talk to. It just makes this such a more pleasant experience. Yeah, thanks, and I'll be sure to check out your work if I can find. Let's see if I can. After the stream, I'm going to look up to see if I can find some of your stuff, and if not, maybe next time you can feel free to drop a link next time to like your Instagram. So, all right, well, have a great weekend, everyone, and well, maybe I'll do some. Yeah, I'll be streaming on the 4th of July probably, because I don't think I'll have any plans. Oh no, wait. That's a Thursday. I could still do that, maybe. I'll think about it. I'll put it in my on this page. I'll make an announcement if I do, because that sounds like it might be fun. And if not, I can always just do it on Saturday, like usual. And I'm playing around with the schedule in general, so we'll see if there's better days. I'll be glad to shuffle things around just to make it work out better for you, my viewers. So, because any day, any afternoon after like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here, I can do a stream. I just usually like a little bit of time after work as a buffer, but that's why I start at 7 sometimes, even on weekdays with my YouTube channel. But I could probably start. I can imagine like starting one at 5 if someone wanted me to do one on a weekday. So just let me know in the comments next time. Yeah, thanks again, and so I'll see you in if nothing else, I'll see you next Saturday. Take care. Bye.